Hello and welcome to this new Minecraft Let's Play video. I am Captain Squish, and today, in this video, I am back on the Altitude Server for the second video I have posted on my channel. If my voice sounds weird, it's because I have a lollipop in my mouth while I'm recording. Don't ask why, it's good, it's a Tootsie Pop, I love it. Okay, other than that, I decided to, show you guys a little bit of a guide on how to play on this little server I live on, or this but the survival server I play on. Hopefully, because I do want some of you guys to come and play on here with me, since it's incredibly fun. Okay, so first off, this is a base. I built this base. You can go find other bases. You can go build your own base. Boop. You can do all sorts of things. You can amass your wealth and riches and build all sorts of miraculous creations. But to do that, you'll probably need some money. See, Altitude is an economy server, and if we go to spawn, by typing /spawn, which it'll do, don't move, it asks you not to, this is where you'll start out, and you'll get the drifter kit when you start out, which has some stone tools, a little bit of food, wood, and coal, I think. Anyways, you can sell stuff, for example, logs, or horse armor, which you can find in dungeons, but since this has an MMO XP, I think that's what it's called, plugin attached to it, you can also find those by mining dirt and leveling up your excavation skill, which will allow you to get cool things like the Giga Drill, which just means you can basically get a super fast pickaxe. This is where the names of all of the staff are. I'm glad to see it's grown. Those are the admins. Here are the mods. All of these people are extremely nice, and you'll notice that in the community they own stores and other things. Go ahead and buy stuff from them, or even sell stuff. They're really friendly, and sometimes if you're lucky, they'll be holding small little events on the server, like a treasure hunt, or something like that, which has happened. Hi, bro. Once you start your time, you're probably not going to be able to sell anything that quickly, so the first thing you'll want to do is to come over here, to where it says Survival Portal, and it randomly spawns you somewhere within the huge survival world. It's not as big as a normal Minecraft world, but it's still pretty big. The other cool thing about this is that if you do /map, it will give you this thing called the live map. If you click that, and it'll open in your browser. The coolest part about this is that you can monitor where you are and where other people are. So, for example, if you want to go find a base, you can randomly teleport, load up the map to your current location by just clicking on your name. You open the server to which server you are on. Right now I'm on Meadow, so I'd open up on this one. Then, you would just click your name, which will pop up. Once you click your name, it'll all work out beautifully, because then you can look around and see where to go. Once you've gone into the wild, like I'm about to do, you should probably start building, like you normally would. This is a base. Let's see if it's unclaimed. This guy's smart. Always claim your bases. That's essential. You can do that by doing /claim, to where you'll get the claiming tools, which consists of a claiming shovel, an inspection tool, which can tell you how big the perimeter of something is, and this, a book on claiming. Those are extremely useful, so you should definitely keep those with you at all times. From there, or at least if you're going to make it to this, once you've gone into this world, well, you just start off like you would any Minecraft survival world. You punch trees, you gather iron, diamonds, and you just keep working your way up. Now eventually you'll be able to sell stuff back at spawn. But that's not the only thing you can do. Because let's face it, selling and buying stuff here is not going to get you very far. Or at least not buying, that is. You can buy plenty of stuff at spawn, but none of it is, like, exceptionally good. Tons of undying go for a ton of money. So, that's just the thing. None of this stuff is exceptionally useful unless you're a connoisseur of slime and you don't have a slime farm. Then you want to get slime. But other than that, none of this is really that hard to get. See? It's all quite plain and simple. The other way you could do this is by going to the community shops. These are shops and warps that people have set up. The way you do this is by typing in /warps. This will bring up this UI menu. This is where you can go to all sorts of things. Skeleton spawners, cave spider spawners, blaze grinders, XP farms, cities. For example, one of the most famous cities, Gavani. It's huge. Let me go show you this place. Here in Gavani, as you can tell, it's a huge city that they've created. And the coolest part about it is you can live here. Yep, if you talk to the owners, as it says right, where does it say? If you talk to the owner, then you can get yourself a home here. And if you look over here, here's where it talks about the residential. The coolest thing about this is that living in a community is just amazing. I haven't lived in any. I've been a part of 2 at the moment, where I just hung out and helped build them. It's really great to see these communities. You can help build them, you can help make them grow, and you can start ones of your own. As you can see, this one is huge. Look at how big this thing is. It never seems to end. They got this tree here. Look at this. It never ends. It just goes on. The other places you can visit are the Nether, which is just as simple as building another portal. But then the end. That's a little bit trickier. You would have to go into the warps. And you'll notice that there are different areas. For example, this, which is the Enderman farm. That'll bring you into the end. But you have to find the portal. Hold on. The end, with the electric. Or at least on this server. If you click it, you'll get usually teleported to someone's establishment of the end. You can just jump right ahead into the end portal and start farming Enderman or doing whatever else you'd like. They also usually leave the chests for you to open. If you want to know more about claiming, then just go ahead and go onto the website, which you can either get there by going to the map or going to altitude.com. It's spelled exactly the same way you spell the IP, except just not play in front of it. Another cool thing to do is to just visit places. Go around, explore to your heart's content. There's so much to find on this server. It's crazy. It's so much fun. But let's say you want to get money, and you want to get it fast. Well, there are some ways. First off, you can start a flower farm and sell dyes. Those work, they're not the greatest, but they're not the worst. You can also get all sorts of other things. But the fastest, best way to acquire money is to get rare items and to sell it to the people of the server, or by offering up your time. Ask if anyone needs your help with building, because I swear there are people out there who want to build a giant base but don't want to lay out every single block by themselves, especially if it gets repetitive. I've been a part of that community before, and it's actually quite a cool experience. If you don't do it, I don't know why you aren't doing it. It's so much fun. It's just one of the coolest things you can do, because really, it just, oh my lord. I guess that's a good moment to demonstrate the /back command, which allows you to return to your latest point of death, which is really helpful because you can reclaim all your items, as I just did. Now some people would say, oh, that's cheating. Yeah, it does make it easier, but at the same time, makes it easier. So, like, why wouldn't you do that? That's kind of the question. There's no reason not to. It makes you get now. Don't do that over the void. I did that once, and that's how I lost my feature. Go end busting. Go nether raiding. Do stuff. Invite your friends. Build your community. You can do stuff that I do. And don't forget to set your home. I have 3 homes right now. The home that at this point you guys are all familiar with. Get through here. And ta-da!
Hey, you Galileo. What?
That's one of the coolest things about this server. You can set your home and do really whatever you'd like. It's so cool. You can build all sorts of things. You can build a little cathedral. You can build statues. You can build an entire city if you'd like. All it takes is your willpower. And of course, you can build up to be one of the richest people on the server. So come on. Come and join me on this wonderful server. It's so much fun. And just play. Oh, this is my home, by the way. I have 2 separate bases. One thing you should always remember is that if you don't claim your builds, you're screwed. Because your builds are vulnerable. They will always be vulnerable. That's the thing. Until you claim your builds, which is such an essential part. As you can see, this build isn't claimed. I just broke in here. This is all claimed here, but I could, if this was someone's base, which it is, it's actually my parents'. But if this weren't claimed, I could have opened this chest and looted everything. So always be careful. Should probably take my way out here. I'll leave them a note and say sorry later, but always claim your base. It'll make your life so much less tragic, and you'll feel great in the end. Because to be honest, nothing sucks more than losing a base. So come and join us. Come and play on this wonderful server. And see what it has to offer. Put the card there. I've been Captain Squish. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.